Hey friends, hope you're doing well. In this video we're gonna dive a little bit into the new Swarm AI agent framework from OpenAI, which was released a couple of days ago. You'll find the full repo on their GitHub and you can go through it if you want, but for now let's just explore the most basic example and then extend it a little bit. So because for me it's most often the easiest way to learn something new, to get started with the most easiest example and then extend it a little bit on my own and figure out how it works, and that's what we're gonna do here. So the Swarm framework itself works exactly like the example in here, as you can see. So basically we import first the two classes here, Swarm and Agent, then we instantiate a client, which is Swarm, and then in this case we have two agents, an Agent A and an Agent B. And the agents always have a name, in this case Agent A and Agent B, and they also have instructions. So what is the agent actually capable of? And then sometimes the agent gets extended with functions. So in this case, we have one function which is transferred to Agent B, which is coming from here. And this allows Agent A to transfer, actually refer the user who is asking questions to Agent B. So the idea is if the user is first going to Agent A, and if Agent A is not able to answer the question, then the user is sent to Agent B automatically. And this is the idea behind that. And then this works like client.run, and then Agent A is the starting agent. And then we have a message which is the same as the normal OpenAI API. We have a user and then a content which is here a question. In this case here you can see I want to talk to Agent B, which means that if we start with Agent A, then the user gets automatically returned to Agent B because we have this function from Agent A, and the Agent A is able to transfer to Agent B, which just returns the class of the agent. So in this case, this one here. So that's how that works. So of course now let's explore this maybe a little bit extended. And this is what I'm doing here. So as you can see here, I import the two dependencies. Of course, you need to install that first, the framework. But then I also import yfinance as a function, and then I instantiate the client, in this case, the Swarm. So then I have just two functions, actually three functions, but the first one, in this case, is getPrice, which means this is a real function, right? This just, you also have a doc string in here, and the function basically returns the stock price, the current stock price of a ticket. So meaning, if a user, so for me as a user, for instance, if I ask the agent, please return the current stock price, then the agent, if he's able to call the function, can give me the current stock price. That's what we return here as a dictionary, price and then the current stock price. Then I also have another function, which is the same as in the example from their GitHub repo, which is transfer, which means that I return here the second agent. And then I also have a second function, which is here getWeather. And this returns the current weather, and then I just return sunny. This is just a placeholder. I could also call, for instance, a weather API and then return something, but in this case, I was just really lazy and I just returned here sunny as a weather. Because, you know, it's always sunny, right? So basically we have two functions, a real function and then also this fake function, which just returns sunny. And then we also have the option to transfer, so that the agent is able to transfer to or refer the user to a second agent. And then we have these two agents, which is the first agent. The first agent name is first. And he's a financial professional, meaning he's able to answer financial questions because we have two functions for him, the transfer and the getPrice. And getPrice is returning financial data, and transfer meaning that this agent is capable of transferring the user to the second agent. And I also specified here explicitly, I say if another topic is requested, transfer the user to the appropriate agent. So I only have two agents here, but I could also have a third agent, for instance, right? So this just means that he is now able to transfer the user. If something else comes up, another topic than financial data, then he's transferring the user to the next agent, which transfer meaning he's returning the user to the second agent. The second agent here, his name is also second, that's important because we return second. And this actually here, this one as well. And the instruction is then you are a weather forecaster, right? So and the function is just get weather. And now I wanted to test this. As I said, it's a little extension to the original example, the basic example. And I just, again, say client.run. And then I say, I want to start with my first, in this case, agent, this one here. This is the first agent the user is talking to. And then the messages are the following. So I have a user as a role, and then I have two questions. I say, at first, what is the current stock price of Apple? That's my first question. And then I say, secondly, what is the weather? And the idea is that the first question should be able, the answer should come from the first agent, right? Because the first agent, which is starting the conversation, which you have here, is able to call the getPrice function. So he is able to call the stock price of Apple and give me the result. The second agent, on the other hand, is called as soon as I ask my second question, because secondly, what was the weather? This question cannot be answered by the first agent. But I say explicitly here in the instructions, if another topic comes up, please refer to the appropriate agent. And he has the option to transfer to the second agent. So me as a user to the second agent, and the second agent can get the weather. So that is why this question should be handled by the second agent. And then all I do is here I print the result.messages, result is this one here. And then let's give it a try and see whether this works. And also what we get actually as a result. So if I now call, in this case here, let me just cd to the current directory, cd best of, I call it here, okay. And now let's call Python, and then also swarm test 2.py. This is actually the name. And now what happens is, of course, OpenAI, so ChatGPT is called under the hood, so you need to have an OpenAI API key for that. And then we just wait until we get the result, and here's the result. Let's just scroll up here and see what we get. And you see that, of course, there is a lot of information and also tool calls. As you can see here, there's a tool called getPrice. And there should also be a tool called weather somewhere here. But the idea is actually, let's also only have a look at the last message here, right? So here you can see the current weather is sunny. So we get here the response from this one. And also we get, by the way, the current stock price. As you can see here, the current stock price of Apple in this point of time is, in this case, 223 and so on. And basically, as you can see here also the content. The first message was asked and answered here. The current stock price is this. And then regarding the weather, let me check that for you, and then refusal none. He cannot answer this, but then there's a tool call, right, which is sent to the second agent, as you can see here. The name is getWeather, that's a function which is called, and then we also get the response in here, right? So as you can see that this framework is capable of actually directing the user to the right agent if we, of course, need to make sure and ensure that the instructions are set properly, and also that the agent have the relevant functions to answer the user question. But that's basically how that works. So as you can see, it's a little extension. And of course, you can extend it further with additional agents, with additional functions and so on. And there are also quite more complex examples on the GitHub repo. So I encourage you to try this out as well. But as a most basic example and a little extension, I think this is quite interesting to just see how it generally works from the framework itself. So that's it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you got questions or comments, let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching. If you have not done so far, please subscribe to the channel, give the video a like. Thanks a lot, take care, and see you in the next video. Until then, best guys.